Hello and welcome back to Cancelled Movie Report, the documentary podcast that talks about the best movies that Hollywood never made. My name is Michael Campbell, but you can call me Cambo. And joining us again is actor and comedian Mr. Eden Porter.
Thank you for having me, Cambo.
Now, we are actually in part 2 of our Cancelled Movie Report for the cancelled DC comic book movie Preacher. So if you haven't listened to part 1, make sure you do that first. But if you need a little recap, here's one for you. They're a core trio in Preacher. So Jesse Custer is our titular preacher. We also have his ex-girlfriend Tulip O'Hare and his best friend who is a hard-drinking Irish vampire named Cassidy. Sam Mendes to direct Preacher. John August to pen Preacher's script. The devil steps forward, offering the guns to the gunslinger. The devil crowned this man his champion, the saint of killers. Chapter 1, The Reverend Jesse Custer. Jesse's life under Marie's rule is brutal.
A glorious day is coming, Mr. Custer.
We now cut to Jesse Custer, who is now a grown man, drinking at a roadhouse on a Friday night.
Fuck this town. Let's ride.
So Jesse and Tulip start a life together.
Jesse, your grandma has a job for you. You're gonna go to Ann. You're gonna preach Tuesday. Good luck.
He up and leaves Tulip in the middle of the night.
Because that relationship has been built.
Yeah, she has no idea where he's gone.
If you're even there, show us the strings.
What happened today? There ain't.
What, you think you're gonna get a gunpoint confession out of me? Never hold out.
I know.
Right, well, I'm going to have to run for it. Special needs and all.
Tulip and Jesse jump in the truck and escape, but Cassidy watches them leave. Later that night, the Saint of Killers has arrived, and he massacres everyone in the car park. Because as it turns out, Cassidy knows the Saint of Killers. Now, let's get back into the film. Okay, so part 1 was a lot of introducing people.
Yeah, there's a lot of who are all these characters, and It really feels like we haven't got to the goal, like the main idea of what is Preacher's main goal.
Yeah.
It's just set up a lot of stuff. We know all the characters really well now.
We do, yeah.
And we know that they're being pursued by the Saint of Killers, but we don't know much more.
Are you enjoying the comical musings of Cassidy the Irish Vampire?
Oh, I'm loving Cassidy the Irish Vampire. Great voice cast as well.
Yes, they're all so good, aren't they?
Authentically Irish.
Is authentically? It's just a friend of ours.
Yeah.
There's a little peek behind the curtain, just a friend of ours.
So good. He's great. You need a comic relief character.
You do.
You need someone that's like, hey, what are you doing?
Cassidy, often the fan favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he seems
a
good.
lot of people really like him. Unofficially has a cameo in The Boys. Now his name is Pontius Cassidy. Is the full name of Cassidy?
Yeah.
And in The Boys comic book, Billy Butcher knows an Irishman named Pontius that owns a bar in New York. They never name him Cassidy.
Yeah, okay.
And he looks a little different. He's got long hair and a ponytail. He's a little bit overweight in that.
Yeah.
But people speculate that is Garth Ennis, who wrote both of them, saying that Cassidy kind of now owns a bar in New York.
That's so funny. And so are we saying Preacher and The Boys are in the same, possibly years later?
Possibly.
Sort of, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now with that, let's continue with the story. Now, given the context of this movie, we had Chapter 1, The Reverend Jesse Custer, Chapter 2, The Girl He Left Behind. We now move to Chapter 3, Sons of Texas. Jesse again has a vision of the cowboy.
Tracks only go two ways, where you come from and where you're going. Because if you're not careful, the past can sneak up on you.
He's in Tulip's truck, parked near a wooded area. It seems he's been asleep for hours, and Tulip is actually sitting outside reading a book. So he goes to join.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are we?
About 5 miles out of St. Anne's. Figured it was better to get off the roads.
The guy you were with?
Cassidy. He went his own way.
He punched through a wall.
Yeah.
Are you and him... Were you...
God, no! But he saved my life. I'd be dead without him.
Then I like him already. I can't. Something's got in me. Something bad.
I saw. I was there.
I need to know what it is. The place I grew up, the people there, they did this.
What do you mean?
They put me in that church like they knew what was going to happen. If there's answers, they'll have them.
Then let's go ask.
It's not safe.
Then you're gonna need me. I'm a damn good shot. So, where are we headed?
East. Salvation. It's a long drive.
Saddle up.
Going back to meet the family.
Going back home to get some answers.
Get some answers.
So, are we thinking that what do they call it? Genesis.
Genesis,
So,
yeah.
are they calling him Genesis, or are they calling this thing that absorbed into him Genesis?
The thing that
Yeah,
absorbed into him
yeah.
is Genesis.
So, are we also assuming that did Genesis seek him out to go into him, or was it the location, or was like him at that place at that time?
This is, I guess, the mystery of the film is
Okay.
why
him?
Why him?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay,
essentially that's
interesting.
what he wants to know is
Why him? Why me?
his
What is
family
this
always
thing?
talked
Yeah.
about this. Why did they want him there? What did they know?
And does he know that he has this voice of God ability? Has that clicked in his head yet?
Yes, yeah.
He's like, okay,
Yeah.
I can command people to do
After
things
the
now.
motel standoff,
He now knows that's a thing.
he
It
now
wasn't
knows
just
that.
like, oh, that was weird. That
No,
was a
no, no. I
coincidence. He
think he's-
knows he can do
He's
powers
worked out that seems to be something he can do.
now. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the FBI arrive at the motel where Jesse was taken into custody. Something doesn't add up. There are 18 dead bodies. Look at him like, something. There wasn't this many dead bodies when we-
before. Yeah.
But not a single bullet was fired from any law enforcement. The FBI doesn't know what happened. The surveillance footage shows Cassidy checking into the motel. The FBI adds him to their wanted list, along with Jesse and Tulip. But Cassidy is actually hiding in the back of the sheriff's SUV, covered in a blanket to avoid the sun. Arseface is driving the car away. Cassidy tells Arseface that they need to find Tulip before the Saint of Killers does, and that he has a contact who can track her.
How did they see Cassidy checking into the motel?
Through the security footage.
Being a vampire, he shouldn't have shown up.
Oh, unrecorded media.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Let's write to John August.
Actually,
Does it say video footage or does it say log?
this is what we got. We asked the big questions here at Cancel Movie
Surveillance
Report.
footage shows Cassidy
Yeah,
checking
see,
in the motel.
incorrect.
No
and
wonder
that's
this was
why
cancelled.
it never got made.
So to be clear though, Arseface and Cassidy are now going to meet one
Yes.
of Cassidy's friends that can track where they are.
Yeah.
But we're back with them on the road. Jesse and Tulip, they're stopped at a gas station. Jesse's inside picking up some food and Tulip's outside waiting by the truck. When suddenly a familiar face approaches Tulip.
Are you good with directions?
Sorry, not from around here.
Of course not. You're from Bar Harbor. Your father Jake was a hunter. Taught you how to shoot.
What do you want?
It is imperative that Jesse Custer live.
I'll make sure that happens.
Then you are good with directions. Keep Jesse Custer out of sight and away from danger. Keep him quiet and calm.
Why are you telling me this? Why not Jesse?
Because Jesse Custer does not trust authority. But he trusts you. That is by design.
You don't get to say cryptic shit and walk away.
Tulip pursues him, grabbing his shoulder. Her hand goes right through him.
The night you met Jesse Custer, you got a phone call to meet your friend at a bar. But later she never called you, so who did you speak with on the phone, Miss O'Hare? Why did you decide to come to Texas in the first place? You are here because we led you here. Just as we brought you to the Irishman. We all serve a greater plan. We must protect Jesse Custer.
Protect him from what?
Temptation. Arrogance. He cannot control these powers. If he were to be corrupted.
Good news. I had your chips. Barbecue with ridges, right?
Right.
If you tell him of this conversation, he won't trust you. He must trust you.
Tulip turns back to DeBlanc. He's still there, though Jesse doesn't seem to see or hear him.
You want me to drive?
No. No, I'm good.
What if I'm evil? What if this thing inside me is the devil? Or the Antichrist?
You're not the Antichrist.
But would you know if you were? I mean, what if you were put here to destroy the world? Wouldn't they want you to think you're saving it?
Who is they?
I don't know. But the worst guys in history, the tyrants, the dictators, they all thought they were the good guys. I mean, fuck, Hitler.
You're not Hitler. You're Jesse Custer. You're a cowboy.
I'm a preacher. I was a preacher before I met you, and I was a preacher when this happened. I killed 100 people in a church.
Something did. That wasn't you.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know you.
You don't. Not really.
You still think this is the Jesse Custer story. It's not. It's not all about you. I'm part of it. I have been part of it since the day we met, so you don't get to shove me to the side.
I'm not trying.
I'm talking. I have put up with all your evasions and non-answers about your past because that's yours. But you don't get to cut me out of now. You don't get to decide what's best for me. I am here because I want to be. Because whatever's happening to you, I am gonna fix it, or I'm gonna die trying. These are my terms. So you can either accept them, or you can get the fuck out of my truck.
I accept your proposal.
Thank you.
Do you wanna...
We should get there, though. Right?
Right.
Canonically, just a little bit horny for each other.
Yeah, very much so. I love the music as well. That you've
Yeah,
put in. It's well matched.
The neon western.
Yeah, it's
kind of
very
vibe
good.
to it, yeah.
It's very good.
I
really
love
like
a twangly guitar.
It's
even.
so good.
I love it under a chapter title, and I love it in my cancelled movie reports.
Good, really good chemistry between them. I feel.
Yeah,
like it's a good basis to build on. So it's really more. It's almost getting to the point where they want to get this thing out of him, so he can just be a normal person
just be a normal
again.
guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is, I would say, not only probably the most mature film we've covered, but probably like the smallest in scale.
Yeah,
Which
it's not. There's no blue light in the sky.
No,
There's
no giant
end of the
army of
world.
aliens or anything like that.
Yeah.
I can see why in the 90s a lot of maybe the effects would be more expensive. But these days I don't think that this would be a huge budgetary issue.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, I don't think
It doesn't feel like
I would
it.
say this script is also smartly written in that it seems like you could do this version of it cheaper.
Yeah.
So we're back with Cassidy and Arseface. They continue their search. Sorry, are you laughing at the name Cassidy?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Yeah, it is silly, isn't it? Cassidy doesn't know exactly where Tulip is, but he knows a guy who can track her. So Jesse and Tulip, they arrive at the farm where Jesse grew up. It's run down, overgrown, and nearly swallowed by the swamp. Jesse finds his father's initials carved into a tree. John Custer never really had a grave, so Jesse left his mark here. Tulip is stunned. She asked if Jesse ever reported his father's murders, and Jesse just kind of shakes his head. This is the first time Tulip's really starting to learn, like, exactly how bad his childhood was. They go inside the barn, and Jesse sees Jody's truck. But before he can react, a tranquilizer dart slams into his back. He stumbles. Another dart hits his leg. Tulip drags him to cover and starts shooting back. Someone's shooting darts at them. Jody, firing from a second-story window of the house, tries to reload. But Tulip is a damn good shot. She keeps him pinned down. Jesse, dizzy and weak, tries to use his voice, but the tranquilizer has silenced that power. He's trying to speak, but he can't.
They know exactly that.
They know what's going on.
Yeah.
Before Tulip can react, TC sneaks up behind her and shoots her with a taser. Tulip convulses as the electricity surges through her. TC takes the gun and knocks Jesse unconscious. That night, Jesse wakes up in the barn. He's bound to a wooden post. There's a ball gag in his mouth to stop him from using the power. But he does hear Tulip's voice.
How did you? Jesse's family. I think he's here. He's hurt. It's a farm outside of Salvation. North, I think. Hurry.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
Nobody. Myself.
No.
Jesse, are you awake? Help's coming, all right, baby?
Marie, Jody, and TC appear at the barn. Marie somehow looks even more elderly, confined to a wheelchair and hooked up to an oxygen tank. But she's still as cold and commanding as ever. She stares at Tulip.
I was just talking to myself, I swear.
I heard her say salivation. She was given directions how to get here.
What did you tell her about us?
Nothing, I didn't ask.
Jody walks over to Tulip.
What kind of woman doesn't ask about a man's family? A whore. If you'd asked, you'd know we got rules here. You tell the truth, or you face consequences.
Jody points the gun at Tulip's head.
So what's it gonna be? Who are you talking to?
Jesse, I love you. I will always love you.
Shot through the head, Eden.
What?
They shoot her straight through the head.
What is going on?
They've killed her. They've killed Tulip.
This
This is not a joke.
this is not a
Tulip is shot through the head, and her dead, limp body hits the ground.
okay. There's got to be something going on here, Michael.
There's two things I want to point out. One very important is that Marie looks much, much worse than Jesse remembers. In fact, she is old and decrepit and now bound in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And she actually has an oxygen tank that is helping her breathe now.
Well, she's like 100.
Yes, yeah. So before she was, I mean, she's always old, but she's looking particularly
Old now.
Yeah, in the comic book, she's quite grotesque looking. But yes, in a wheelchair, oxygen tank strapped to her chair.
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
A huge rag on a stick. Energy.
Okay.
Huge.
Good.
And the other thing is, I want to shout out Jay Zadeh is playing Jesse Custer for us,
Yep.
doing some amazing gag acting.
Oh, that was
so
that was
good.
right there.
It was right there. I believe he told me when he sent me the files over, he did it with like, I think he said a permanent marker in his mouth.
Really?
So he had like some, yeah.
Method.
Yeah, method. I mean, like our voice cast is always amazing.
That's
but
pretty good.
Having to go back to someone and be like, I need you to play this scene completely gagged.
Yeah. It was good.
And like
It was very good.
screaming. Yeah, amazing. So I wanted to chat that out.
And it's good to know. Sometimes people can be OP in comics and movies and things like that. So it's good to know this is his weakness: tranquilizer darts and
Yeah.
like
Being
gagging his
gagged, yeah,
mouth,
yeah.
and that's the way around.
Yeah, he can be
him.
stopped,
Yeah, he
yeah.
can be stopped, which
Yeah.
is good. Yeah,
So Tulip is now dead on the ground. Jesse's grandmother, Marie,
I don't believe that.
tells
by the way.
him that happiness comes from suffering. She orders Jody and TC to put him back in the coffin and sink it into the swamp, like he used to when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Jesse fights back but cannot break free. Jody chokes him until he passes out. They lock the coffin, weigh it down with cinder blocks, and drop it into the water. Now we're back with Cassidy and Arseface. Don't laugh at Cassidy's name. And they arrive at Boot Hill. This is the burial site for the Saint of Killers. The area is filled with all different killers and psychopaths who worship at the saint's grave. It's this weird cult-esque. You know what it reminds me of? Is in the Sandman, there's like a serial killer convention.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like this, but this is like their shrine. All these psychopaths and murderers and killers.
And they leave flowers there. And
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
go
that.
and like
Yeah.
they worship the saint of killers at this kind of gravesite. The area is filled with killers and psychos who worship at the saint, believing that he will bring about the end of the world. And Cassidy makes a deal to find Tulip with a strange man called Coyote, who can track people using, it's kind of implied that it's like a Native American magic that he's using. He performs a ritual that allows Cassidy to mentally project himself to people he's connected with. So he decides he wants to project himself to wherever Tulip is. And Cassidy appears almost like a ghost in the barn where Tulip is tied up. And now what we see is the exact same scene that we did see, but now we're seeing it from Tulip's point of view.
Tulip!
How did you?
Never mind. What the fuck happened? Who's got you? Why are you tied up?
Jesse's family. I think he's here. He's hurt.
Where are you? Where are we right now?
It's a farm outside of Salvation. North, I think.
Listen. There's an assassin after you. The Saint of Killers. I'll come for you, alright? I'll save you.
Hurry!
Who the fuck are you talking to?
So that is the missing bit of
Bit of
information
information,
is
yeah. So she was-
Cassidy knows now where they are.
Yep.
However, we're back in the real world as Cassidy's kind of projecting himself. And this mention of the Saint of Killers visibly startles Coyote, because it seems that Cassidy wants to stop the Saint
Yeah,
of
but
Killers.
he's worshipping him.
He's
Yeah.
worshipping it. So this moment, the ritual suddenly ends and Coyote attacks Cassidy, biting him quite savagely. They start fighting brutally on the ground. Cassidy managing to smash Coyote's head into a rock. But after Cassidy and Arseface manage to leave and get out of this weird Boot Hill cult that they've found themselves in, Coyote's dying body starts scrawling the words salvation into the dirt.
Oh, letting them know where they're going. Yeah, good.
Letting any who might follow in the saint's footsteps know where to go. Jesse is trapped underwater in the coffin, bound with ropes and gagged, with 2 air hoses feeding him air. He manages to fish his father's lighter out of his pocket with some great difficulty. He strikes the lighter inside the coffin, carefully burning through the ropes around his wrists. Smoke from the burning rope rises through the air return hose to the surface, alerting TC. Once Jesse frees his hands, he pulls the gag out of his mouth and uses the word of God through the hose, commands,
Let me out.
TC dives in, opens the coffin's latches underwater, and Jesse swims out, nearly drowning but ultimately making it back to the surface alive. TC resurfaces right behind him. Jesse turns around and uses the word of God, commanding him,
Now count every tree in Texas.
TC, dazed and powerless to resist, immediately begins counting out loud, starting with the nearest tree. Jesse heads towards the farmhouse. Jody steps out on the porch to confront him, and Jesse tries to use the word of God to stop him, but it doesn't seem to work. So it turns out Jody has deafened himself by driving 2 corks into his ears. This leads to a brutal physical fistfight between Jesse and Jody, culminating in Jesse. They're wailing on each other for like a very long time. It's very violent and very kind of stark. But it ultimately culminates in Jesse lifting up Jody and impaling him on a broken timber beam in the barn, ultimately killing him. As Jesse stands there, suddenly everything turns cold, and he feels a presence. The Saint of Killers stands next to him, looking at Jody's body.
Who was he to you? Fucker ruined my life. Killed my dad. Killed my girl.
He'd do it alone.
No. Everything he did for her.
Don't listen to him, Jesse. Mr. DeBlanc warned that someone might come,
What? Save me?
corrupt you, turn you to darkness. You're weak, Jesse. Always have been.
Shut up!
The block. That man. He was real.
The glorious day is coming, Mr. Custer. For you have been chosen by heaven. You will be our champion. Until then, your grandmother will make you ready.
My whole life, everything you done to me. It was a plan, wasn't it? Toughen me up so I could survive this thing you put in me. You ruined me. You killed everything I loved. There ain't a hell deep enough for you.
The Saint hands Jesse one of his revolvers.
Finish it.
Not loaded.
Is if you want it to be.
Jesse aims at Marie's oxygen tank.
How'd that feel?
Good.
Things this woman done. Who let her?
What do you mean?
Someone told her to. Someone put you here on this farm, in this swamp, this world of shit to suffer.
God.
God, heaven, the angels, they all gotta pay. If I could climb up to heaven, I'd kill every one of them. But I can't. You can, though. That thing inside you, it's part of their world. Can walk right through the gates. You can get justice.
You want me to kill God?
You're either with me or you're against me, preacher. You got a choice.
He's right. You got a choice. Hell of a thing.
I'm done doing people's shit work.
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay, so he's made short work of his family.
Yeah, this is true. Well, one of them, I didn't get why they're counting the trees in Texas.
Yeah,
that seems like he's let him.
Got off
him
pretty
off there,
easy.
Considering that was a huge explosion, by the way.
Yeah.
For a gas,
For an oxygen
tank firing up. Can I just confirm? Does his voice work on the Saint of Killers?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so he can tell him to.
Yeah, and the Saint does. Saint just
off.
walks off.
And it sounds like the Saint wants him to do, because he can't go into heaven.
Yes.
He needs Jesse.
You're thinking that the Saint is after him to kill him,
No,
but
but
really
it's to
he just
use
wants
him.
him to kill God.
God, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Ultimately, the Saint's mission is to kill God.
Yeah, that's great. That's quite a mission.
yeah, it's quite a mission, but he has a plan.
But why? I still don't get. So does the Saint of Killers hate God?
Mm-hmm.
Because like he's
He
kidding
created
perhaps.
suffering in the world.
Well,
and
yeah, okay, yeah.
It's general hatred for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah,
that some people sometimes hate God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. The Saint has made him an offer saying, "You're either with me or against me. You're either helping me kill God, or we got a problem."
Yeah, we got a problem. But old mate's still dead.
Well, Jesse walks over to Tulip's body.
Yeah,
She's cold, lifeless, and covered in dirt.
definitely not coming back to life.
And then, guided by a vision of his younger self, possibly a manifestation like a vision through Genesis, it's made unclear, he remembers one of his old sermons, where he said to his congregation, "The word is life." And he leans over Tulip, and as he does, he begins to glow. The wings of light flare from his back. This is now a light version. In episode 1, we heard about the dark wings that flared from his back. This is now a wings of light flare from his back. His body glows with energy. The very air vibrates around him. Tulip's body suddenly jolts like she's been shocked back to life. Her skin flushes, her heartbeat returns, and she sits up suddenly, alive. They embrace and they kiss, and she draws some energy from out of him. She's now fully revived, and they share a quiet, emotional moment together in the ruins of a barn, finally reunited. So they're now leaving the burning farm behind.
Good image as well, burning farm.
Yeah. I can imagine them walking down the path with the burning behind them.
You can see it. And another dude counting trees.
Yeah. 674, 675. Jesse tells Tulip he's thinking of going to Mexico. Tulip smiles, telling him that she's in. But now, what's that I hear? The twangling of a guitar? Oh, because we're hit with a new title. Chapter 4, Salvation. Now, this is the final chapter of the story. It's a little bit of a shorter chapter than what we've just heard.
Okay.
Because Jesse and Tulip arrive in Salvation. It's a dusty little town where a few people still remember him. They park near Flo's Fashions and Western Wear, where Tulip grabs a new dress to replace the blood-stained clothes. Jesse, meanwhile, wanders into the small town drugstore, picking up food and supplies. He doesn't notice at first, but someone seems to recognize him, a pot-bellied farmer muttering into a cell phone. Trouble appears to be coming. Meanwhile, Cassidy and Arseface, don't laugh at Cassidy's name, arrive in the town of Salvation as well, looking for Jesse. Cassidy, still wrapped in a blanket to protect him from the sun, spots Tulip first. When suddenly, gunfire explodes down the main street. It seems the gang of killers, cultists, and assassins have swarmed into the town, all hunting Jesse on behalf of the Saint of Killers. Bullets shatter windows, tires explode, and the whole street turns into a battlefield. Jesse and Arseface are caught in the middle. They dive into the drugstore as a hulking man named Bear storms in. He's waving a shotgun. He shoots an old woman in the leg and demands that Jesse come out. Jesse grips the Saint of Killers' gun. But when he pulls the trigger, nothing happens. The gun won't fire. Across the street, Tulip and Cassidy are pinned down. Thugs unload on them, sending bullets ripping through the walls. Tulip peeks out for 1 second, too long, and a bullet slams into the garage door just behind him. Imagine if you got shot again.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Come on.
I
just healed you.
I've only got one of them.
Yeah.
Cassidy spots a coat rack, drapes a blanket over it, and runs out like a decoy. The assassins empty their clips into the blanket, thinking it's him. As soon as they reload, Tulip pops up and puts a bullet in both of them. Cassidy grins at her. He's pretty smitten.
Yeah,
Back in the drugstore, Jesse is out of options. Bear counts down from 5, ready to execute his hostage. Jesse pulls the trigger one last time. This time, the bullet explodes out like a cannonball, tearing through Bear's chest and blasting him through the wall. Whoa! Something clicks inside Jesse. He's starting to understand the gun. Just as he thinks things might turn, the Blanc suddenly appears again. Jesse's hand passes straight through him like Tulip's did at the gas station. It's confirmed that DeBlanc is not a man at all, but an angel sent from heaven. Who could have seen that coming? The angel warns him that he must run. The Saint of Killers will come and he will kill you. Jesse doesn't listen though. Instead, he marches out into the street, Saint's gun in one hand, Tulip on his mind, as a shadow falls over the town. The Saint of Killers has arrived in Salvation. But he's starting to realize that the gun works on will. So
How? Say that again?
The gun works almost like on will. If he truly wants to kill someone, the gun will fire. So he was realizing that it's only when the hostage was in mortal danger did it work for him to kill Bear.
Okay, because it doesn't have any bullets.
Doesn't have any bullets.
But it's the
Hence,
will.
In the scene before, he said, the gun's not loaded, and the Saint says, it is if you want it to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, that's good.
The Saint walks through the wreckage of cars, stepping over corpses. The air turns bitter cold. The first snowflakes falling onto the battlefield. I love this motif that everything goes really cold, when he's
when
around.
he comes down, yeah.
Jesse steps forward. They face each other in the middle of the street. For a long, heavy moment, nobody moves. Then they draw. Both men fire at the exact same time. What happens, Eden?
Do their bullets hit each
They
other?
do.
No,
They
they
collide
don't,
in
Michael.
midair.
No, they don't.
They fire again, saying, again. They might as well be shooting into a mirror. The Saint's eyes narrow. Jesse almost kind of grins. Then, another gunshot. One of the assassins fires at Jesse, clipping him in the shoulder. Jesse spins just long enough for the Saint to take his shot. The gun flies from Jesse's hand, so he shoots the gun out of him.
Yeah, good.
The town is silent. Saint of Killers steps forward. Jesse is unarmed now. He looks up at the hulking gunslinger. Exhaustion creeping in. Then he smiles.
You think you're the only one who's ever suffered? That you're special? That you're different?
Saint doesn't say anything. Jesse leans in. His eyes glow red.
You're just a man.
The Saint's expression shifts. A slow realization dawns on his face. He looks down at his gun, suddenly unsure. He pulls the trigger. Click. No bullets. No power at all. Jesse has just deemed him a man. His invulnerability seems to be gone, and for the first time in centuries, he's just flesh and blood again. Jesse stands, and the fight turns brutal. Fists, blood, dirt, boots slamming into ribs. No more supernatural tricks, just a man beating another man into the dirt. The Saint of Killers falls to his knees as the wind howls around him. His eyes go distant, staring at something far away. His body shudders, just like he's now feeling the weight of every sin, every life he's ever taken. And he draws one last breath, and he crumbles into dust. So essentially, he just beats the life out of the Saint of Killers after centuries and centuries of everything starts to catch up with him.
And he just, so Dorian Gray style.
Yeah, I read it as like, because he's centuries old, it's like what his body would have decomposed. Yeah. Jesse turns back towards Tulip and Cassidy, who are watching in awe. Arseface nudges Cassidy and grins. I like that Arseface and Cassidy seem to be like two little friends having a little side adventure.
So, the Saint of Killers, is he done now?
He's done now, yeah.
The whole of Preacher?
Yes, yeah. This version has condensed him into one movie.
Gotcha.
He's got a slightly bigger presence. In fact, even got a spin-off comic eventually. But
yep.
For the sake of this, they've condensed the story into one. Jesse grabs Tulip and kisses her. Cassidy kind of grins watching them. They leave the wreckage of Salvation behind them. Jesse drives, Tulip is asleep behind him, and Cassidy is half covered in a Texas flag to block out the sun. Tulip asks where they're headed. Jesse takes one last look at the burnt-out town in the rearview mirror before saying that they're going to Mexico to find some peace. And they do. The ocean crashes against the shore. The sun sets over the small Mexican town. Tulip dances with Jesse under some string lights, and she's wearing a new dress. They're laughing. Cassidy finds them a home by the beach, somewhere quiet and safe. And their landlord is a kind-faced old man named Hector. They all walk along the beach with the groundskeeper Hector in their new paradise.
So, Hector, how long you been down here?
Many years. So many I forget.
You like it?
Oh. Every day I wake up, I see the ocean. I hear children play. Before I was so busy, I never enjoyed these things. I would see others doing it, and I think, one day I will leave all this and be happy. I'm happy now. And right there, this is the house.
Oh, it's perfect.
And you said it's got drapes, right? Heavy ones? Because I might need to sleep in, what with these two rutting all night.
You can sleep in a hammock.
You can sleep in a cave.
You stay here tonight. If you like it, you pay me tomorrow. Stay as long as you want.
Gracias, Hector.
Buenas noches, señorita.
I'll catch up.
Don't I need to invite you in anyway?
That's fucking mythology, right? Racist too.
How is that racist?
A fucking class system, slaves and servants round the back. Yes sir, no sir.
Doesn't anyone ever come looking for you?
No. It's a big world.
And a pretty fucked up one. Isn't it selfish to just be hiding out in Mexico when there's so much you could do? Don't you owe the world more?
I've done a lot. Let someone else have a shot.
Met one guy who really wanted a shot at you.
The saint of killers, yes. There's worse than him out there. You'll see.
You could stop him. You could fix everything.
Then how would the world grow up? There is a plan, Jesse Custer. You're part of it. But who's to say what's best for everyone, right? Fuck communism.
Amen.
And as Jesse walks up to the house to meet Tulip and Cassidy, we fade to black. And that is the end of Preacher.
So was that God that he's talking to at the end?
It's never explicitly said. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's God. It's God. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Jesse has actually tracked down God. And instead of seeking his revenge on him, he wants to confront him about why have you left humanity like this?
Yeah, you can help him out.
Yeah, you can help him out.
And there's worse people out there than
yes,
the
implying there are several more volumes of this comic.
Some more movies.
Including the arch nemesis Her Star and the Bloodline of Christ, all storylines in the Preacher comics.
That sounds cool.
There is a rich tapestry of Preacher comics. But as someone that's never read or really knows anything about Preacher, as a standalone screenplay, how do you find it?
Yeah, I think I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I liked that it wasn't world ending in a sense.
Me too.
I like it was just a one-man mission, and they had I noticed they put in all the crazy people to have sort of a big
action
sequence near the end, which is fine because otherwise it would have been pretty little. But a couple of those fights you can imagine being quite epic. Those couple of those hand-to-hand sort of fights, and that sort of takes place of the world's going to end unless you do fire the thing into the thing and do all the things. But you can just have a really visceral, brutal fight between two people.
I personally love how small this is. I think there's something really kind of cool. This feels like kind of even though it was Sam Mendes, it's a DC property, it feels like a smaller, almost Taylor Sheridan movie at times. You know what I mean? Like
reference, yeah. What's interesting though is it doesn't feel like the whole time you were talking about why it didn't get made, like money troubles, people didn't want to put money. It doesn't feel like an expensive film.
Well, okay, I will say this. I think John August has done such a great job at This is fairly faithful to the comics. He's changed a couple of things, all of which make sense. He has, I would say, sanded off some of the rougher edges. There are some like homophobic slurs or like in Texas a lot of the time that the way they make people seem ignorant is to make them really racist and all this kind of thing. He sanded some of those edges off, but he's also written it in a way that is pretty self-contained and
it feels self-contained.
Less grandiose. In the comic book, you see heaven, you see hell, you see a lot of that isn't here, but it is all still here. You know, you're understanding that heaven and hell and whatnot. What I find most interesting is that they leave the main mystery of Preacher, which is Genesis, unresolved.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So they don't actually like why he got this power.
Yes, which is the thrust of the whole comic.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, it's meant to be 75 issues of him working this out. But it is interesting that they don't really touch on it beyond he wants to get it out of him at some point.
Because his family, are they actually working towards God, like with God? In that sense of like, we're going to set up this guy.
In this version, it's way more overt.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
In the actual source material, again, it is a bit vaguer whether or not they are crazy or whether they know what they're doing.
Yeah, okay.
And DeBlanc and in the comic book, he's got a partner, are much more bumbling. And in this one, he's much more conniving. And
it feels it.
They're angels trying to tie up a mess down on Earth, and it all keeps going wrong for them
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay.
they're seen as two bumbling oafs that are trying to sort out a mess.
Yeah.
It feels the most, Good Omens, Terry Pratchett.
I was going to say it does feel a little bit like
It's
Good
a little bit
Omens.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And like the whole politics between heaven and hell and all that kind of stuff. They've actually gone away from that a lot in this. And I think that this one feels way more achievable as a film.
That's what I mean. It does feel. It doesn't feel like you have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to get
so the question remains, why wasn't it made?
Why wasn't it made?
Well, I've done my research, Eden,
God,
and I
you've got
think
some receipts.
I think I've actually solved like a genuine mystery about what happened
interesting.
and why this fell apart. Because Sam Mendes was on board. He's working on it for more than a year. Remember, he signed on in 2008.
Yep.
And John August comes in, he hands in his draft in January, and it's actually really well received. And I would say, as a fan of the comic, I agree. I think it's a very well made script.
We've just listened to it.
So, why did Sam Mendes leave? It all takes place in New York in 2009. Mendes saw Daniel Craig in a Broadway performance of A Steady Rain. Now, Sam Mendes has actually worked with Daniel Craig before on Road to Perdition. So he went and saw his friends play. Later, at Hugh Jackman's Christmas party,
Oh my God.
Craig got quite drunk and he encountered Sam Mendes and he offered him a job to direct a little movie called Skyfall.
Correct. Yeah.
Via The Guardian on the 6th of January 2010. So this is just over 2 weeks later since that party. 3 weeks, actually. The Guardian reports Sam Mendes now tipped to direct next Bond film. And without Sam Mendes attached, the project suddenly goes into turmoil. So why didn't this get made? Because Daniel Craig got drunk at a Christmas party in 2009 in New York at Hugh Jackman's Christmas party and drunkenly offered Sam Mendes the chance to direct James Bond 23, as it was called at the time.
That's wild, Cambo.
That's just, I found this somehow.
That's
Why can I
amazing.
find this information?
Yeah, it's just there. It's just in Daniel Craig's diary.
And I got it.
Yeah,
I got my hands on it.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
That it could turn around that way.
Because, especially, Mendes is a prestige British filmmaker.
Yeah.
You might be working on whatever, but if someone offers you Bond,
You take it.
that's like one of the big British cultural icons you'd be directing.
That's, mate, Nolan wanted to do Bond for a long time.
Maybe he still
all
will.
All the big dogs.
This
wanna
this
do
could
it.
date this episode, but maybe he still will.
It could date the episode. Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
Yeah,
and Hugh Jackman's party. Of all
Hugh
places,
Jackman's party. If we ever meet Hugh Jackman,
we've got to ask about this party.
we'll say, hey, back in 2009,
Let me
do
take
you
you
remember
back.
Daniel Craig talking to Sam Mendes drunkenly? And how do you feel about Sam Mendes then leaving the Preacher Project? And I'm sure Hugh Jackman will say, sorry, who are you?
Yeah, get out of my house.
And what are you talking about? And we'll say, well, we've got a podcast for you, Hugh. You'll love it.
Mate, you'll get right.
Start
get
without
right
the Mounds of
involved.
Madness. That's what everyone seems to like. And then eventually make your way to Preacher.
At the same time, you've just got these people talking drunk at a Christmas party, and entire timelines shift and change.
yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
A butterfly flaps its wings.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher's just come in.
So without Sam Mendes, the project again loses momentum. So the property after this actually remained dormant from 2010 for a few years until the network AMC. They're fresh off the success of Breaking Bad
famous for it.
and The Walking Dead. And they're becoming interested in this edgy, serialized storytelling. So in 2013, 3 years later, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, along with the writer Sam Catlin, who worked on Breaking Bad, actually pitch AMC on a televised adaptation that would stay true to the comic in spirit while making it maybe a bit more accessible to a broader audience. So in 2014, AMC greenlit the Preacher TV series. This was 2014. The show actually premiered in 2016. with the following cast. Dominic Cooper was Jesse Custer. Ruth Negger was Tulip O'Hare. And Joseph Gilgan was Cassidy. This ran for 4 seasons. I will say, as a big fan of the comic, as someone that has waited for a very long time for an adaptation, didn't watch it.
I assumed you had. I assumed you were there.
I've watched a little bit of it.
Oh, no.
To me, this is the classic TV series trope of they really stretch this thing out. As an example, the inciting incident for the entire story is Jesse gets imbued by Genesis, church blows up, hundreds of people die, the town essentially ruined, goes on a road trip. That's the inciting incident. That happens at the end of issue 1 of the comic, happens in about halfway through chapter 1 of this script. That happens in the last episode of season 1 of the Preacher TV series.
So what is the build-up then?
It's 12 episodes of build-up for that happening.
Okay.
It way overstretched everything.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you haven't even really.
I've watched all of season 1, thinking because they keep introducing townsfolk, and they've been like, I know what happens. Like this is not going to be important. I know that for a fact.
Oh, that's so funny. 4 seasons and then cancelled, or did it finish?
It wrapped up.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun fact: season 4 filmed in Melbourne.
Really?
For some reason, they in no point in the comic do they ever go to Melbourne, but for some reason.
But they don't call it Melbourne.
No, it's set in Melbourne.
No, they just filmed it in Melbourne, but called it Texas.
I believe it's set in again. I haven't watched it, but I believe it's set in Melbourne. In fact, a place close to you and my heart, the Coburg Drive-In Cinema, I believe, was a filming location.
Hang on, what?
Jesse Custer may have been, I haven't seen it, may have been at the Coburg Drive-In Theatre in Melbourne.
This is blowing my mind right now.
So, being that it got turned into a 4-season show that I never watched, would you want to see this John August version of the film?
I would. What year would this have come out? No, 2008?
Yeah, probably by the time they film it, 2011, 2012.
Okay, so what was I doing 2011? Nothing. I don't think I had anything on. I think I could probably watch it.
You could squeeze it in?
I could. No, I think it would a film that I would enjoy. I think it did a good job of taking some quite dense material and making it accessible.
Yeah.
But leaving in those aspects that make it unique.
You'd be absolutely shortchanged if someone said, you want to see the new DC film?
Yeah.
It's based on this DC comic. And you're like, oh, great. I love Batman and Wonder Woman.
I love all of them.
Your mileage may vary on this one.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some. And who do we blame? Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig getting a little bit drunk. Or who knows? Maybe it was Hugh Jackman going, hey, Daniel, come over here. I've got someone to introduce you to.
Okay. First of all, we all know that Jim is the friend of the show.
Big fan.
Is Hugh Jackman the enemy of the show?
Oh, imagine that.
Think about it. I'm going to say, canonically, new law for the show.
I think he is.
Hugh Jackman is the enemy of the show because we're convinced he did this on purpose.
To stop this. Cambo's one film that he's always wanted to see. Hugh Jackman has gone out of his way.
Jackman!
Damn, that Jackman.
Well, we have come to the end of our report on the unmade DC film Preacher. We hope you've enjoyed these episodes, and we would love it if you could subscribe, be it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen. That really helps us get discovered in the charts. It would also be terrific if you could leave us a 5-star rating, or most importantly of all, tell a friend. We're completely independent here at Cancelled Movie Report, so your support really does mean the world to us. And what did you think of the movie, and did we miss anything? We would love to hear from you. You can always get in touch with us via cancelledmovies@gmail.com or at cancelledmovies on all of the socials. And if there's a cancelled movie project you've always wanted to hear, like me, I've been waiting years to hear this one, why not let us know? You can fill out a form in the episode description alerting us to a project, and we may just give it the Cancelled Movie Report treatment. I'm Michael Campbell. I've hosted, edited, and produced this episode, and Eden Porter was my co-host as well.
Cheers, Cambo.
And we need to thank our amazing voice cast, which included Jay Zadeh, Danielle Santos, Marco McVey, Dani Siller, Peter Broughton, Ben Wagner, and Michael Hahn as the Saint of Killers. Next week, we go from a good DC adaptation to one that is very much hated by the internet. By popular demand, we are finally covering Joss Whedon's much maligned Wonder Woman. And if you can't wait, here's a sneak peek.
I have to get started.
Doing what?
The supplies. Are they still on the plane?
They took him up to the camp. It's in the hills, about 2 miles up. What do you think you're gonna do?
Get them back.
Hey, no one goes near the plane. Get back.
But until then, take care.